So welcome. As I was reflecting about the title of this meeting, whatever refers to God is grace, or whatever refers to truth is grace. I realized that everything refers to God, everything refers to truth. And yet there is this feeling of being limited. Somebody with personal issues, personal problems, suffering. And then somehow we become interested in what is really going on. What is the root cause of our suffering? And what is this experience that we share? The wonder of awareness. Somehow the wonder of awareness reveals itself, even for a brief moment. A complete different dimension than the dimension of personal issues and personal problems. We may wonder what grace is there in our suffering. What is it? What is it for? What's the purpose? And yet, many of us can attest to the purpose of suffering in bringing us somehow into this inquiry, this investigation. Somehow there is grace in suffering. It's as if God is calling us from outside to look within, inviting us to look deeper, and at some time we realize that there is a peace which does not belong to the mind, which does not arise out of experience. It's sort of a divine peace, a universal peace. Which is a piece of being. This moment, our true self is the restful peace. When we become more and more familiar with this peace, when we start to experience this peace in the midst of our life, in the midst of activity. First, we may try to hold on to it. And in time, we realize that we are it. And peace does not need to hold on to itself. It already is itself. You already are. And what you are is that peace, that causeless peace. And the mind takes some time, but at some point it starts to rest in the peace. Rather than the mind looking for the peace, it is the peace that permeates the mind. So there is no one that needs to do anything. No need to identify ourselves as anything or anyone. To be available. The availability of presence, the availability of our true nature already is. There are no doors, no gates to ourselves. Ourself is awareness. Whenever you contemplate truth, being, reality, it is grace. It is grace which is interested in truth. Invites you. So be open, be available for the mystery. Do not rely solely on your mind. So if you have any questions, please make sure to unmute your mic. Anything that you would like to explore. Any questions? No problem. You may need to unmute yourself, I think. Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you now.
Yes, I hear you. So I have a question about how do you, in a practical sense, navigate or like my body is very sick right now, right? I have a flu, something I've been just completely in a kind of lockdown, just I've been nothing but sleep and no eating, and I have to even push myself to drink some water right now. And so, when that uh, sickness of body comes, it's much easier to listen to the mind. Is there any practical navigation about that? Now, it's interesting because and the one and the I have the peace is definitely there. But the I have inner peace, but I have outer pain,
Mm-hmm.
and and it's just a kind of a strange environment. What is anything to be known about
Yes.
them?
Yeah. So the information that's the information that's coming to you. Well, is there an echo?
Yes. Let me turn it down. I'm sorry.
So the information that's coming to you about the body, the health of the body, is an information for you to tend to. So if the body is sick, it's sending you signals and messages to take care of the body, to tend to the body, to, I don't know, maybe see a doctor or some healer, look into various ways in which you can take care of the health of the body. Yes, that's and that has nothing to do with the peace. That's just messages about the body, maybe diet, or about resting. I'm not sure what the exact medical situation is. Now, the health of the body would only disturb the peace if we make the health of the body, if we make peace conditional upon the health of the body. But you don't need to do that. The body is not the condition upon the peace. Peace is not conditional upon the health of the body. So when we believe that peaceful peace means a peaceful person or a peaceful body, there is a misunderstanding about peace in that moment, because peace is not disturbed by the health of the body, and is not seeking to place any conditions upon itself. So I would say just tend to the body, but don't make peace or imagine peace to be dependent on the body, on the health of the body. Peace is presence, is awareness. Awareness is not dimmed down when the body's health is dimmed down. Awareness is not affected by the health of the body, but of course we take care of the health of the body, of the mind. So do your best with the body, and if you're feeling weak, just be this what's going on. Weak, there's no, just be just transparent to what's appealing to you in the body, in the mind. Stay sort of as if you're the background of what's unfolding. So you're the restful presence, which is restful but also active in taking care of the body, but from a place of peace, not doing its best. You do your best to heal the best way, the fastest way. But the peace is not phenomenal. The peace is not what's happening into the body. It's a body activity. It's a phenomenon unfolding. But peace is non-phenomenal. So, so I would, yeah, I would do my best that way with the body, and contemplate that the peace is you, I as presence, I as not Carl, but I as being, I as awareness, consciousness, not a personal consciousness, just presence, meaning. The body, is a movement, is an activity. Various, sometimes it's not moving much, sometimes there's a lot of activity that's in the realm of body, in the realm of creation, of movement, of manifestation. And it isn't like good or bad, it's all manifestation. So some manifestation requires some activity, you need to fix something. Sometimes you just don't need to do anything. It's all equal. It's just movement. You are the non-movement. You are the non-movement. Yes, there is no movement that's possible without you. It is the reality of all movement. But you are not a movement. You manifest as a movement, but you're non-movement. You manifest as a movement, but within yourself. Nothing is happening to you. You meaning the peace, the presence, the awareness.
Thank you.
And the peace can only be disturbed by the health of the body if you are the body, if you identify yourself as the body. So, but when you don't identify as the body, yourself as a body, you're identified as nothing or as everything. So it's all, there's no disturbance. The peace is not disturbed.
Perfect. Perfect. Thank you very much.
Oh, okay, Carl. I'm hearing you very weakly. Faintly, very faintly.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Okay, Carl. Okay. Yes, okay.
Okay, bye.
Yes. I hope you feel better. Any questions?
Hi, Magdi.
Hello, Patrick.
I have I don't know if you recall some of our previous conversations, but I was struggling with the idea of teaching high school, and had been praying for some clarity on what to do next, and so the teaching has fallen away. My last day was Friday, and so now I realize that there's no doer, there's no one making the decision about what to do next. And the best thing I can do is just to be comfortable in the not knowing, and to reside and to stay in the place where no decisions are necessary, no questions are necessary. But yet there's still this underlying desire to make a plan, or to at least find some expression for this understanding. And I've even contemplated using psychedelics, because I feel like the one thing not the one thing, but something that seems to be missing from my path, that seems to be a part of other people's path, is the understanding comes with more clarity and more intelligence about truth, and even the ability to articulate it to some degree. And I don't necessarily feel like I've had that. I've had moments of clarity where it feels like everything is perfect the way it is. But I don't ever feel like intelligent things come to mind the way that you and other teachers speak when you're talking about these subjects. And so I don't know if there's a question in there, but that's kind of where I'm at. I wondered if that evoked anything in you.
First of all, Patrick, what you just shared with me sounded, very well articulated and quite intelligent to me, and quite intelligent to me. So, uh, so I question your doubts, about just based on how you articulated your question. I question your doubts about your ability to communicate intelligently and with clarity. So, but putting that aside, yes, you're right in your observation, Patrick, that there is no one and nothing to do. It's just being, just presence. That's that's true. That's very well said. But that's an expression of your true nature, of consciousness, just grooving into itself. I'm so cool. I'm like, I am this presence as being. There's nothing I need to do. There's nothing I need to accomplish. From the perspective of consciousness, it's very true. It's very true. At the same time, there's consciousness in movement. Yeah, there is life. There is Patrick the body. There is friends of Patrick. There is Patrick's they need to pay the rent for the home, etc. Family. There is life. There is also the manifestation of consciousness. So the movement aspect of consciousness. So in terms of like, okay, your last day of teaching, was a few days ago, and now you're just that movement has ended, but still there is still an interest. It's like a biological interest in survival and in food, shelter, and clothing. Planning, as you said, for the future. Where would I like to be next year, or in 10 years, or in 5 years? So these are practical. It's a free realm of exploration and planning. A plan may appear to you that speaks to you about what you would like to do, and what you need to do in order to accomplish what you would like to do. There is a certain degree of planning, and it's perfect. If you don't plan, it's too random. So there is a certain degree of planning, and the thing is, as much as possible, because that consciousness is happiness, and you love happiness and peace and beauty, and so to contemplate, what would make you happy? What is it that you really groove on? What is it that you really like? And how can you accomplish that in the best way, easiest way, less complication, maybe having some people, helping you out along the way, whatever. So, not to operate from a place of fear and angst and concern. There's a difference between fear and understanding there is a need that you need to tend to. Say there's a need, and I need to secure some, secure some job or whatever needs may arise. So this is from the practical end. Like the body has needs. You need to feed the body. We need to shelter the body. The relationships, are part of our life. So to be watchful that those needs don't turn into they don't come out from fear. It isn't like, oh my God, what's going to happen to me if, you trust you. So you trust in the universe and you trust your own mind, because it's true that there is nothing that needs to be done, but at the same time, there is the mind available to you as your tool to explore, to investigate, to try things out, and to be open, be open and be active, whenever, be available for activity or for action whenever you feel, okay, well, let me try this out, and let me make this phone call, let me send this email, whatever, let me go to this meeting, right? Let me join this class, whatever. So be available to explore, when you are operating from this place of openness, you're active from this place of openness, the whole universe partners with you. The universe partners with you. It is on your side. So don't separate yourself from the universe. It's integral part of your being. It's your manifestation. It is the manifestation of consciousness, and not you not the manifestation of your personal mind. The manifestation of universal consciousness. And in terms of other people, how other people are, every one of us has their own expression, has our own unique expression. And my expression and your expression are unique in their own way. And we're expressing what the universe is expressing through us. We're expressing the cosmic expression of the universe. I in my way, you in your way, every one of us in their own way. But when we think that, oh, my expression is my expression, my personal expression, then we feel, oh, my God, am I good enough? It's not my expression. It is God's expression. If my expression is not good enough, please blame God. Don't blame me. I'm just instrument. I'm just a tool. I don't even know what I'm saying. It's just being spoken. And same for you. Don't. I may think, oh well, I'm thinking this. Or I'm saying these things. I'm not. It's being spoken through me. I'm actually speaking them, and I'm discovering them as I'm speaking them. I know it sounds like crazy, but it's true of you too. Like you're laughing and you're hearing the laughing at the same time that you're laughing. It's like, who's laughing? Who's speaking? So the universe is speaking. So then, okay, who cares? How I speak, how you speak, how she speaks, how it speaks. We're all notes of the piano. We're all notes of the same symphony. So there's this note, there's that note, there's this note. But what is the note by itself without the rest of the notes? The music is in the symphony. It's not in the one note, you know. It's in the. Your expression is perfect. It's very, and the only way for you to feel that your expression is not perfect is to feel that, okay, that my expression is separate. It's arising out of my own personal, doing. Oh my God, I'm not good at, I'm not saying something good. I should have spoken like this. I should have listened like that. I said, oh, he spoke like this. I should, all of that is, it's unhappy. It's bullshit. It's really, it's not necessary. You don't need to. You don't need that. You don't need that. Just you are whatever God wants you to be in this moment. Whatever the cosmic universe wants you to be in this moment, and so therefore you are a universal expression. And life is a play. It's a play, and it's also about understanding. So the understanding that life is a play is an important understanding, and that this play is a universal play. We're all playing together. They say, not the play of I'm going to win, you're going to lose. You say, no, it's a play where we're all together, sort of, moving together, in some way, and so not to be so worried, so concerned, so judgmental. It's a flow, something. It changes, constantly changing. Life is changed. Manifestation is changed. You look back at 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 15 years ago. It changes, and so, and that's what life is. Imagine life would not be fixed, like frozen, like glacier or something frozen. It's a flow, and that's why we love life, because we love the movement. We love our creation and creativity. We love change, and so just follow your love, follow the freshness, the freedom. It's all brand new, moment by moment. It's like God, you're born every second, every instant. It's birth. It's the Big Bang every moment. Every instant. The heck, just you're it. The stillness, the peace, and the movement, the flow.
Beautiful. Yeah, and it's almost an act of betrayal just to ask the question at a certain point. When you're answering me, it feels like the answer is coming from me as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The question came from me and the answer came to me. And so the whole conversation almost makes the question seem irrelevant.
Yes. But it's interesting because there are conversations that sort of maybe bring an end to the conversation, bring an end to the question. It's somehow this conversation, obviously, because it took place and it's still taking place, it's meant to be. It's designed to be for the purpose, and the purpose is always the purpose of love and understanding. It's always about love and understanding. Even when we are suffering, when we are unhappy, the calling, is unhappiness is behind it is the call for happiness. Behind the unhappiness is the desire for happiness. It's always about love, peace, and happiness. And so when we see whatever is unfolding as that, as a divine expression, as an invitation by grace to be happy, to realize happiness, freedom, and happiness. which is
Yeah,
always for everyone. And
it happens at the pace in which you can trust God to bring this understanding to you. It almost feels like, for me, my egoic self was so scientific and so wrapped in reality in the world that it takes me longer to trust in the process. So even though this most recent change came about as a result of my prayers, it takes me a while to trust that the next prayers will also be answered, and the next, and
yes.
to
Yes.
and if I had absolute trust in that process, then these questions will cease to arise.
Yeah, but the trust just grows, it keeps growing, trust in God, in truth. And it starts, very faint with a lot of doubt around it, and it's like a lot of hiccups, but the direction is a direction of more and more trust and openness and relaxation and acting out of that trust, out of that love. So it's okay that when you look back, you say, oh, this, hesitation, there is trust, there are hiccups, but the direction is the correct direction, the direction of trusting God, trusting the universe, trusting the inner wisdom of God, which is within us. It's God's wisdom. You don't need to look so much behind or even how it was a minute ago. How is it right now?
Yes, thank you, Magdi. That's beautiful.
Not to live in the past, live in the freshness of not knowing, the freshness of discovering and creation.
Thank you, Magdi.
Patrick. Nice talking to you. Any questions?
Hi, Magdi.
Yes. Hello. John? Is it John? Hi, John.
Hi, Magdi.
Yes. Hello. Nice to see you.
Same here. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you
Yes, I do hear you. Yes.
just want to there's current situation here in Israel. There's a lot of turmoil, and it creates a lot of sense of seeing the opposition, the enemy in the other person, a sense of distrust and even experience of feeling more negative feelings towards other people that both people you see on in the news and people that maybe you encounter that belong to the opposing camp, political camp, I mean, I know that I understand like the theory that what we are is consciousness, and these thoughts are just something that appear within consciousness, and they're really rather we haven't chosen these thoughts, and one doesn't choose a political side. It's sort of all just like mechanical, if you like. But I was wondering if you had any thoughts on how to deal with those kind of thoughts that arise. I mean, I remember listening once to short excerpt from Alan Watts, who suggested it's something that reverberated in me, is just that the initial step might be really to simply see that those kind of negative thoughts exist and arise, and not to try and resist them or call them anything else, but just to really see them for what they are. And maybe from there, something else starts to arise. But yeah, anyway, I was wondering what you thought when you encounter, what your thoughts are. I mean, maybe from your personal experience, when you encounter, if you encounter things you intensely dislike, or people you intensely dislike in your life, what do you do with it? Do you have such an experience? Is there anything that you do when those kind of experiences arise?
Yes, John, the way the mind operates is problem solving. It is the realm of right or wrong. It's the realm of opposition. There are oppositions occur in the mind. I belong to this party, you belong to that party. I have this point of view, you have a different point of view. I'm Christian, you are Jewish, I am from such a caste, you are from a different caste. All of that is as old as the mind has been. It operates in the mind. And so, as you know, to bring peace in the mind, you cannot bring it from the mind. To bring peace in the mind, you have to bring it from understanding. But peace in the mind comes from understanding. It does not come from dealing with the mind. Of course, we do our best in dealing with the mind. We don't want to kill each other and start throwing bombs at each other. But in terms of the peace, it comes to the mind, but from understanding, from beyond the mind. The understanding is crucial. It's a crucial understanding. Understanding about that which is not the mind. That which is not the mind is consciousness. Is not in the mind. It's not something which is phenomenal. Our reality, the reality of being is consciousness. So the reality of all minds, of his mind, of her mind, of the opposing, the person that I hate, What is it that I hate? I don't hate the person. I hate their views, meaning I love my views and I don't love your views. It's all at the mind level, but the reality of the mind is not the mind. So this person that I don't like, to take a look that I cherish my views and not their views. I have these beliefs, not those beliefs. They feel they are orthodox and they're defending the Torah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, they feel that this is their deep. they've been brought up this way. This is sort of like almost in their cells, in their blood cells, or in their they view the world via. In some others view the world as via modern democratic, some people view the world like I have this capacity of saving the country. I'm going to save the country by imposing my rule. I believe that my rule and my alliances may be painful now, but they're going to save the country in 10 years. We're identified with our views, and so you have to understand that the other is not somebody else that has like a separate reality from your reality that is going to hurt your reality. We are all the same reality with freaking infinite minds and beliefs and so on. The understanding is, in most cases, not there. As you know, most of us, whatever, 7-8 billion humans, we have very little understanding about truth, about reality. Our identification trumps, our identity trumps all our understanding. And so what can we do? Can we heal that by destroying our quotes unquote enemy? Is this how we are going to heal this prevalent situation of ignorance and unhappiness and identification? No. Only the healing power is the power of love, the power of how can I love this person when they're burning my house? Or how can I love somebody when they want to take over the government and run policies that I'm very clear are going to be hurtful for this country for the next 100 years. How can I allow that? Only if you understanding about that which is true, which is real, which really is. It's beyond all of that. It's not about like ignoring. It's not about not doing anything. You do what you feel like doing, but if the understanding is not there, you get wrapped up in your identity. He's wrapped up in his identity. She's wrapped up in her identity. And good luck. I mean, it's misery. It's Sodoma and what is it? Sodoma and Gomorrah. It's a disaster. So among this whole crowd is somebody who's just at peace. What is the peace of the? Well, how could this somebody be at peace in the middle of this madness? What is it that they know I don't know? Aren't they like human like me? Of course they are, but yet they're at peace. They're at peace, and they, you speak to them, they speak words of peace. They say, yes, I see what you mean, but we are all brothers and sisters. We're all brothers and sisters. But who's listening? Who's listening? Maybe no one is listening. Remember, I think Jesus went into the marketplace and he destroyed the market. No one was listening. Everybody was selling and trying to make money and selling gold and whatever they were doing. I'm not much into going into the market and destroying everybody's market. You won't survive long if you do that. But we can only come to understanding via grace. Grace comes to us. It even comes to us as suffering, as this misery. What's going on in Israel? All these feelings that people are like wrapped up into, and feeling fear and anxiety. Fear and anxiety is not telling you, okay, look, you need to change the government. It's telling you to take a look at your fear. What is it that is afraid? What is the mechanism of fear? What is it that you really believe yourself to be? What is it that you're really trying to protect? What is it that is real? So, but the way we interpret fear is that, oh my God, this is really, and I'm really afraid. So I've got to become stronger and destroy that, and reverse that, change the enemy, whatever, the other. That's how we interpret fear. We don't see, most often, we don't see that the fear and the discomfort and the unhappiness is a referring to misunderstanding about about my true nature. So, of course, we express our view, even our political view, whatever it is. But whenever we are identified with anything, any view, any religion, identified with the body, identified with the mind, identified with the family, identified with whatever identification is already the beginning of doom. It's already, that's where doom is, it's in identification. I mean, look at us. I mean, we are in the Middle East and we just fight each other. It's crazy. I mean, what is the line in the ground that's saying, well, you're this and I'm that? It's so stupid. But yet, look, go back into history. We've been doing that for so long. This identification. Oh, yeah, I feel like I'm this. I feel like I'm that. The solution, the resolution of the issue cannot come from the mind. It comes to the mind. It only comes to the mind from the heart, from understanding. And we are so much on the path of understanding. It's so beautiful that, it's just very rare because we are so caught up in our past, in our history, in our memories, in our feelings, our past. Feelings are always about the past, about the past. Yeah. So, and it's happening on the entire planet, John, the entire planet, with, in families, in relationships. So it's the light in the tunnel is what we follow to get out of the tunnel. If there is no light in the tunnel, we're all in the tunnel, sort of, bumping against the walls or whatever, bumping into each other. But as soon as there is a little light, and this light is the light of understanding, then, this is the way to go. We all say, whoever sees the light, since this is the way to go, and we may even point to each other, hey, look, the light is there, and the person isn't interested in looking, say, leave me alone. But look, the light is there, leave me alone. I'm dealing with some important issues, political issues, economical issues, spiritual issues, leave me alone. So what can you do? Okay, I'm going to leave you alone. Of course I'm going to leave you alone. It's your freedom. No, but the way out of the tunnel is that light. It's the light of consciousness, light of awareness, understanding about consciousness, that I does not refer to the Lebanese, Egyptian, Scandinavian, it doesn't refer to body. I is one I, my I, your I, his I. It's one I, one I. We are the same. We are the same. A profound understanding of that it's a big deal. A profound understanding, but that is a big deal. It's the biggest deal. I'm sorry what's happening in Israel, really. I mean, people fighting each other. It's, I hope it gets resolved soon. friendly way, as much as possible.
Thanks, Magdi.
Nice to see you, John. Yes.
You too.
Yes.
Thank you.
Well, very lovely to be with you all. Thank you, John, Patrick, and John, Holger, George, hello, Carl, and Nathan, Shiba, Frank, hello, Chai, Mark, and Lynn, Cecilia, and Pradeep. Thank you all.
Thank you, Magdi. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.